Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Happy birthday.
Your mic's not on.
What?
Mics aren't on.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Regine. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
I'm actually going to check if the mics are on.
They're on. I can see that.
Okay, they are.
I see the thing.
Sorry, I didn't see it, so I was like, what's happening? Thank you.
It's good to watch for it. Happy birthday.
Sorry.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode
222.
Angel numbers.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them everywhere.
222
of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, and it's a very special episode.
Yeah.
The Regine Alaina birthday special. I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, joined as always by the birthday girl. Well, the one, the only.
Regine Alaina.
I will say it.
I know, it's fine. It's been a crazy morning because our guests who are in studio, as you've seen already, we've just been talking all morning.
Yeah.
Let's bring them on.
Let's just keep on talking,
Let's
Regine.
just do it.
All right, introduce them.
Okay, so these two lovely ladies have been on the show actually both recently, and they are both one of my dearest, closest friends, and who better to have on the Regine birthday special than these two amazing, lovely ladies, Angel Bhathal and Jenna-Marie Donnelly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Happy birthday, Regine.
Thank you. And something I bet you didn't know, Scott, is these two lovely ladies are both competing in pageants, two different pageants on the same weekend.
Oh, it's the same weekend, really?
Yeah.
So it's like less than just over a week away now?
Literally 7 days away.
Yeah, I'll be in interview.
And
I'll be on stage.
you'll be on stage.
Yeah. At this time next week. That's crazy.
I'll be on a flight to California.
That's
Awesome.
amazing. Could you? So okay, let's talk about it real quick. What pageant are you both competing in? I know we talked about it with Jenna last time, but Angel, this is new.
Yeah, so I just got notice about 2.5 weeks before the pageant that I'm going to be competing at the Miss Pan American International Pageant in Anaheim, California.
Beautiful.
The pageant starts on May 14th and coronation is May 20th at the Grand Theater in Anaheim.
Awesome.
Cool. And Jenna?
Well, I'm going to be in the Canada United World Pageant, and that is a 3-day event starting next Friday, which, again, sounds so crazy, even though I've been with my title since, I want to say October of last year. It just started to feel real recently. So, and
amazing.
coordination for that will be Sunday, so 1 week today.
I love all this coordination talk.
I know.
Speaking of coronation.
Speaking of coordination, we got a new king, guys.
God, the king. God save the king, everyone. It feels weird, so that means now they have to sing God save the king instead of God
Yeah.
save the queen. That's like history.
It is.
And you've been showing, you just showed me some memes. So there have been a lot of memes.
The internet is rough, man, and wild. It's rough and wild. They are, I think, since the beginning of, since the Queen passed away, rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth, all these talks and memes and things about Camilla, I guess Queen Camilla, and King Charles have been popping up on the internet. And I think the number one thing that I saw yesterday was how Princess Diana made the weather change for their coronation.
Oh, did it rain?
Oh, what?
It was rainy and gray, and I was like, damn. I'm like, are you sure it was Diana and not the Queen Elizabeth?
Well, that's the thing, because the queen was very much, I don't think there was never any controversy or anything about her, right? So it's the new king. I feel like there's a lot more baggage in the media coming along with it. So he doesn't have the same popularity that the queen did.
It's quite funny.
But there it is. Stuff's changed.
You know what changed, guys? Okay, I'm done talking about this. I actually like full on pet a dog this week.
What?
And you all know I'm terrified of dogs.
What kind of dog?
It was a Newfie dog, which is why
Those
I
are
did it.
massive.
I want
They are
a Newfie.
massive.
I mean, Cooch is a big dog, and you don't see me go near him. And I've been around him for like 4 years now. There's just like this Newfie dog that just like appeared in my presence, and I'm like, can I pet the dog?
You actually asked to pet the
I have
dog?
a picture and a video for proof because I knew you weren't gonna believe me.
Wow. Well, no,
I'm actually shocked. So when I thought there was going to be a quiz, I was like, is she a cat person or a dog person? It's like, she doesn't like animals. Like, she
Should
won't
we
pet
do a
dog.
quiz? Because Jenna's prepared.
No.
Oh,
I was ready.
Look, I did it.
that's a big dog.
I full on.
Yeah, like
Wow.
Newfie dogs are massive.
They're massive.
Look how cute he is.
Oh, he's fluffy though.
Look how cute he is.
That's adorable.
Anyways,
The big dogs are always like some of the friendliest, like Great Danes. Those like they're just. I think because they're so big, the little dogs are the ones who feel like they have to prove something. Or like, you know,
Their
the big ones-
insecurities.
Yeah,
Little chihuahuas. Oh, God.
but the big dogs are just like.
I just can't believe I did that.
I can't believe you asked. So you actually went out and actually asked.
Well, it was like a canine therapy dog session or a canine therapy little thing at the CSC this week, and I saw him and I was like, "Can I pet the dog?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Are you sure?" Like the hesitation, and then like quickly I was like, "No."
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
It was
So
wild.
What's the dog's name?
Bo.
Hi, Bo.
I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, he has his own account.
He does.
I love that.
Shout out to Bo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bo.
Is this like the year of trying new things?
I think so.
Because we were talking about this with like
Yeah.
our little Canva vision boards.
Yeah,
and
a dog was not on there, but
it wasn't.
Here we are.
Yeah. Here we are.
Do you want a dog now?
I've always wanted a Newfie dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I've never had
They're-
it in
they're-
my heart to.
They are quite large. Mm-hmm. You need to take up a lot of room in a place.
They take up your whole couch.
Yeah.
You
So
take Hooch for his money.
Yeah. So you gonna get one?
Not now. I mean, unless you're gonna buy me one.
Happy birthday!
Surprise.
Speaking of surprises,
Yeah.
I was very surprised to walk down here today.
Oh yeah. Shout
Shout out to Angel for decorating
Yeah.
and Jenna for the flowers behind me.
yeah.
that
Show
I-
them. Show them.
Oh my gosh.
Lovely.
Lovely.
And yeah, there are balloons all over. I don't even know if the camera's doing it justice, but there are lots and lots of balloons. Some of them have fallen down, but yeah, Angel was here early and
I blew them all, guys. In my
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding.
Her lungs are strong.
I used a pump because I was gonna pass out if I actually used mine.
And
But
I feel like this
myself.
birthday sign is not getting enough justice.
yeah, it's because the camera. So the camera can just see it, but I kind of lengthened it down so it
I
would
like
show
it.
up. But it says happy birthday back there.
Your mom made that sign, didn't she?
She did.
Yes.
Aw.
It's
She
it's,
did.
It's very nice. It's very nice. So
Did you
what's-
guys
yeah.
blow up blue balloons because your sashes are both blue?
No.
Oh, I
I just I was blowing up balloons, and then all of a sudden I realized that it was taking a long time, and I only had 10 minutes. So I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna stick with 2 colors. now.
It works. It's a theme.
Yes. It matches my outfit. It works out.
That's actually really what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were coming early to do it. I would have come.
It's okay. I was like, 10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah. It all
Yeah.
it all worked out. It all worked
I
out.
was surprised. And we were talking about how it's so hard to surprise me, and then boom, just kidding.
Oh my gosh, honestly, yesterday, Regine, she can't take surprises. She's like, should we get cupcakes? And we're just like, would you just, I can't say what I want to say, but like,
can you just
stop. She's like, well, you could have told me that, I didn't need them. Okay, Regine.
In fact, speaking of sweet cakes, I think we should do this one right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So fitting. And then
Yeah.
Scott also grabbed a surprise.
What?
All right, hang on.
I like surprises. I don't
Surprises
like
are
being
amazing.
surprises because it's hard to surprise me, but I like surprises.
Hang on, I'm lighting it. Don't look over here, Regine.
My camera's right here.
I mean, you've pretty much.
My
seen it,
camera's
but-
looking.
Okay, fine. Okay, hang on. So I did ask your significant other about what your preferred.
Wait, we've known each other this long and you don't know what my favorite cake is?
I actually didn't. What I've learned from you is that you don't like chocolate.
No.
But I didn't know what your favorite was. In fact, I don't even know if this is your favorite cake, but he did say that you have a preference for strawberry. Okay, good.
All right.
What we have here is a strawberry shortcake. Everybody, I guess we'll sing again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
I'm
Regine.
scared of sparkles.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you one? Are you? I'm just kidding.
I'll be here forever.
Stop.
I'm actually scared of sparklers.
I'll let it go down. Angel brought the sparkler, and I think it adds something
I'm
extra.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen the video? And it's like there are two types of kids, and it's like kids in a field, and it's a plaything, and one is like just gracefully playing with the sparkler, and the other one's like, someone gave me fire, and it's just like running across the field. Two types of people.
I think I'm the someone gave me fire one.
Should I blow out the can? Oh wait, I don't know everyone's comfortability. Do you have paper so I can just?
I think
Just go.
I'm okay,
Okay.
with it.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay with it?
Yeah, go on.
I was like, oh, ashes
Okay.
all over.
I regret it.
I'm not okay with that part. I'm just
I can't.
Here,
I was like, what was that?
I can't.
You got it.
I don't have.
Just turn the plate.
Yeah, turn it. Give it a turn. Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
Oh my
Blow
god.
harder.
I can't.
You can
Oh
do
Lord.
it.
that is so delicate.
I can't.
Come on.
Yay!
Yay!
Now we're all gonna get You should have used the paper.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
I just did, but like not on the cake.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'll
Now I'm lightheaded. I should have used the air pump.
Yeah. That would have been funny.
Wow.
Well, now you know what my favorite cake is.
now I know. Well, is strawberry your favorite cake, or and like is strawberry your favorite snack in general? Are there other
Not
strawberry things you like?
snack, but I prefer a strawberry cake.
Oh,
Our wedding cake was strawberry.
I guess that's why.
Well, strawberry and lemon, but
Yeah, well, when he told me, oh yeah, her favorite is strawberry, I didn't even realize. I'm trying to think, do they make a strawberry cake? And then I got there and like, that's strawberry shortcake, so it worked out.
yeah.
I forgot that existed. Anyways, if anybody wants to grab a piece,
Oh my god.
Feel free.
You cutie.
but I know it's kind of weird to eat on the.
Where does
Blah, blah, blah.
plates come from?
I prepped everything.
Oh god.
Okay, so what should we talk about first? So we did talk about how we were probably going to talk about Love Is Blind.
Oh my
Except
gosh.
That was so
I know,
long ago
Angel, you
now.
mentioned, and I'm in the same boat. I kind of like, I almost like passed it. I can't remember a lot of the things,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to remember.
Oh my god, I thought that was a real strawberry.
I thought it was too.
I was like,
It is.
whoa, it's an
Oh, no.
illusion.
Oh yeah, it's a icing strawberry.
Anyway,
okay,
sorry.
So what can we remember? Okay, did you guys watch the
reunion.
live? Okay, first of all,
Yes, we did. Angel and I
That
watched it
took
together.
We watched it
Yeah.
together, yeah.
oh yeah, okay. So you guys didn't watch it live because it was like an hour or
We
something
saved
or
it, yeah.
longer live to go live. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
So we don't know why. Okay, so what can we remember? What controversies were there? What can we remember?
What
With the
controversy? What
host.
controversy?
I'm like, where do we
was there
start?
not? Yeah.
Okay, how about I'm going to start off with who is your favorite couple. So obviously we probably, maybe even all have the same one, but my favorite couple was Zach and Bliss.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just really loved their conversations. I felt that both of them were incredibly intelligent and they had so much character growth. And I thought that it was just so exciting at the end to see them together and then to also see them together after the altar.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. They were my favorite. Are they all your favorites?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I just
same.
liked how she, like, yes, she questioned it. I would have questioned it too if I was like second choice. But the fact that you see them together in person, even on their social media, they're very in tuned. And I love that for the two. He should have picked her from the beginning, but I mean, it gave Irina some TV time. So
Yeah, well, the other girl was just pure evil, but it's okay. No, but what I think people forget, and like I love that my husband and we both love to watch like trashy TV together. It's actually amazing, but his commentary was always like, oh, she needs to get over it, or like, not in so many words, but it's just like, Adam, this happens in the course of like 7 days.
Yeah.
Or, like just keeping that kind of in context is like, how often do you get into an argument with your significant other and you're like, oh God, this has to linger for a couple days for me to fully get over it or whatever. But this is like such a massive decision that affects so many components of your life. So yeah,
And the
take
fact-
that like 5 days to be like, you suck. And then, but I love you,
And the fact that, like, if I don't know if you've all seen it, but like the exposure, let's say, of what really goes behind the scenes of Love is Blind. Where like they're just infused with all this alcohol. They don't get any sleep. They barely have food and water. Like, I'd be delusional too.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen us at pageants, like, no alcohol, but I mean, like, the lack of sleep, the lack of food, the lack of whatever. We're all delusional by the time we're on stage.
But also they edit things. So when, like, for example, when he sung that song, it was like, oh, I wrote it. But then they cut it at where he actually said, you know, it's actually based off of this song that I like. I don't know the song.
Yeah, right.
But then he ended up posting it later being like, for all of you who came at me saying I wrote this, like, here's the clip that you didn't get to see. And it almost makes you think, like, how much have they edited it down to spin it to some type of story that would actually get people like us talking about it, you know?
Here we are.
Oh, I will say, when I saw him sing it for the first time, I assumed...
You knew what song it was?
No, I didn't know the song, but I assumed that he was, like, singing another song, but maybe that was... Because I felt it was so long.
Do you want cake?
Like, it would kept...
Kind of do.
Yeah, I'm like,
Sorry. I totally, like, destroyed this. Sorry.
But I was saying it was going on so long. I'm like, I feel like this is an already written song, and he's like filling it in. Yeah, just slice it.
Like a baby piece. Yeah. Okay. That's like.
but like, can we also talk about the fact that they always have this highlight reel, or they should at least make it if it's not existing, and it's just like, there's so many guys in particular that go on there and they're like performing on guitar or they're singing. And it's
On
just
Love
like,
is Blind?
Yeah.
Really?
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh my god. You know what I'm talking about,
I mean,
right?
well, I haven't seen the.
It's
I haven't
so
seen the
fun.
thing, but it makes sense. I mean, I can say for sure if I went on Love Is Blind,
You would totally bring out all your guitars. And,
it's like, you know, whatever
was
works.
say-
And yeah, sometimes it's effective, right? Like if you have a great voice and you're talented and they could learn your favorite song, like wouldn't you be able to
Yes, but then I would argue like in the kindest way possible, it's not always the case.
That's true.
And you're just kind of like, ooh, like you just kind of cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of cringe, can we talk about Marshall and Jackie and Josh, like that trio right there?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that was
Why were they not at the reunion?
I actually found that out. So I'm like, where do I put my cake down for this? So they wanted to be there, but apparently Jackie had like a psych evaluation or something beforehand, like met with the show's therapist, and they were like, no, you're not fit to come. And they canceled her flight a couple days before. And in lieu of that, they ended up doing that weird interview. What is the host name again?
Vanessa.
Oh, I've seen so many things about her and like how she led the conversations and who she kind of picked on more than others. And I feel like, excuse me, Cake.
Marshall.
He did not get like a fair go. He was one of the most like authentic, like emotionally equipped people on that show who was just so ready. His little bromance at the end.
Yes.
It was just like he was just so personable and there for his friend, and like that was really, really nice. But yeah, she was just
Vanessa had favorites.
Well, she.
Oh yeah.
She seems to get like. I remember last season too. She's not just like the host and she shows up and does her hosting. Like she's emotionally invested in the show. Like you can tell, like she's almost like the most passionate.
She's too invested.
Yeah, because she's like, she's like the most passionate fan of the drama, and she like, she picks her favorites. She's all in on it, and it shows in a way that.
In a negative way too, though.
Well,
because again, like and obviously she's a woman. She's lived her life. She's had her past experiences, and you can tell that some of the things that have happened trigger her. And that is probably why she's so towards certain people.
But I think it's just weird because with the Marshall situation, she went at him so much harder than she did at the person who, in my opinion, should have been like, I mean, there was like a takeaway clip or whatever they're called. And she was like, oh, like, I don't even know if I need help. Or like, do you remember seeing that part?
Yeah, when she said,
And like that's great to have that amount of self-awareness, but at the same time it's like, why did you come on this show if you knew this was a possibility? Or like, I don't think that discussion was was well directed when she was talking to the two of them. Like, that's great that you guys found each other and you're in a relationship, whatever, but like what you did, I don't think the accountability was there
And he was,
at all.
And he was also engaged to somebody else. They just didn't put it on TV.
Wait, what?
Who?
Josh.
Oh,
Josh was also engaged. There are other couples who got engaged and went through the process that are
just
not
didn't
on
make the show?
television.
Oh, interesting. I guess so they just picked the ones that.
Make good TV.
Because that's true. Because even like the show starts and like there's a huge number of men and women there, and then as the parts and the pods go along, it's people just disappear, right? Like suddenly there's only 3 or 4 guys in there, and where they go, because I think they just pick the interesting storylines, I guess.
It makes you wonder if anybody actually ended up getting married that didn't get on the show at all.
There probably is,
Yeah,
and they're
it's
probably just
possible.
boring.
Yeah. Well, that's like one thing. What was the couple who basically had no drama from the beginning? It's like they loved each other in the pods.
Oh,
And, like, I mean,
Tiffany.
they were-
They're so lovely.
Tiffany and Brett?
Yeah, like they're nice to watch.
I
'cause
like
it's like,
them.
like their biggest argument was like she was kind of tired and overwhelmed with the planning, right?
Yeah.
Where it's
Oh,
like-
yeah.
And they're
Her
trying to
break.
make.
That's real life, though.
Wait,
Yeah.
did she fall asleep?
She fell
the one
asleep on
that
the
fell
couch.
asleep on the couch?
But it's like outside of that, it's like from the very beginning they were just solid, and then they were just solid all the way along, and then they just got married. And so it was almost like every time they showed them, I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but
I
like,
think the
can we get back to the juiciness now? Because these guys are fine. These guys are.
But
just
I think the
happy.
producers wanted to show a healthy relationship.
of course, yeah.
Considering everyone else was,
Yes.
Hot Mess Express for the most part.
And it is nice to see. It is nice to see when it works.
and they are the oldest people on the show.
Yeah. Oh, Bay Nezzy. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hello, welcome. It's Regine's birthday special. We're munching some strawberry shortcake.
Isn't strawberry
good,
cake
yeah.
so good?
It's delicious.
I think
Yes,
this
it
might
is.
be my first time I've had it before.
I like it.
I think
really
I had it, but it's I never think of it like when people are like, "Oh, what cake do you want?" It never.
Did you have
comes
cake
to
at my
mind.
wedding shower?
I don't
We had
remember.
strawberry
My
and
memory's
mango.
not. I could never remember. Oh wait. Yes. Oh yeah. No, I
He's like,
definitely
wait.
had cake. Yes, I did. And it was delicious.
Oh my god, it was on Cinco de Mayo too, or that was because it was Cinco de Mayo.
Weekend.
Was it yesterday or Friday?
2 days ago.
Yeah. What's today? The 7th.
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Bay Nezzy says happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're here with Angel and Jenna, and we're just hanging. And right now we're chatting about Love Is Blind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because some previous cast members were they trying to sue the show or doing something?
Oh no,
right?
but they were speaking out about
Speaking out
it. They
about
were
it.
kind of siding with the people who were coming forward and being like, oh, who is it in
We were
particular who
mistreated.
had really bad mental health? Danielle.
Yeah.
She was the one who came forward and was like, there was a moment where they went on their vacation or whatever, and they didn't let her go to the party because her mental health was not like, they were just like, you need to stay.
But I think
And
it's
so-
good that they have someone on board checking in on their
Which is
psyche.
fair, but
Yeah.
I wonder if it's for good TV or to spin some type of narrative, because she did say, I was actually fine. They just told me I couldn't go. And that's when she spiraled, because she was like, they made him go. And then at one point they were both going to leave the show that night, but there's that fine that they talked about.
Yeah,
I think it's like
$50,000
$50,000 if you leave the show.
But they don't even make that much money.
Well, that's why it's basically you don't leave. It's basically that you can leave if the producers give you permission, but if you just leave without you have to pay us $50,000.
It really makes you wonder, like, what really goes behind reality TV. Because I know we talked about, like, oh, would you go on the show?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure. I mean, again, I don't know about this specific show, but like I've heard lots of things. Like the producers are very ruthless, and they're looking. What they're trying to do is they're pushing for drama. They're pushing for. That's why, like, so the Love Is Blind stuff. I mean, when you hear like, oh yeah, they wanted them to drink alcohol and spend lots of time in the pods because they want them to be inebriated and like tired, because that's when
why
you get.
Tiffany fell asleep.
That's when people say the most, when they're not as guarded, and
Yeah.
they're trying to get you to that point where you're like, if everybody's just really careful with their words and, never says anything dramatic, then it doesn't make for good TV.
Then none of us would be on television.
I guess, yeah.
I feel like we'd all be good on TV.
Oh God.
I mean, we've got a lot
I
of
would go
practice.
on like a competitive show.
Like a singing show?
Yeah.
No, we just
No?
heard my happy birthday. No, I would go
You-
on something that would be like more physical, like just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what's
Like
that
the-
show that had the
like
big
Survivor?
red balls? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the obstacle course.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Uh,
Wipeout.
Yeah, I would go on Wipeout in a
actually agree,
heartbeat.
Nat.
Oh my God, I would love that. Anything to do with like time challenge.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I agree actually, because these shows like Love Is Blind, like I mean, obviously
go on that.
the people who have found love, I guess for them it works, but it's like
They're all divorced at this point.
yeah. Are any still together?
I mean,
Yeah.
from previous seasons, like
Okay.
there's only like 2 couples from season 1 that are still together.
But yeah, I don't know if there's something about, well, like I've said in the past, I wouldn't want to go on Love Is Blind because put it bluntly, I don't think Love Is Blind. I think the couples that stay together are obviously the ones, so it's like,
Would you go on The Bachelor? I mean, you're in a happy relationship, but
I mean, part of me, there's a curiosity, but like, again, like what you just said, I prefer something where like, okay, it's competition, I'm going to try to run as fast, but this kind of thing where you're like trying to like be emotionally vulnerable, like I don't know if I necessarily want that.
Like in an
world.
inauthentic setting is what
Yeah.
it feels like. Like I would not feel like,
Yeah.
regardless of what I was saying, I would always feel somewhat guarded, or I would be watching my words, or I'm also like happily married 7 years today.
happy anniversary.
But I just don't think I could ever do that. But to be fair, there have been success stories, and like
Yeah.
you sometimes meet your person in the most unrealistic timing and spaces. So
Yep.
to each their own. But yeah, I think I'd be just a little more nervous going on something like that. Competitive all the way.
Amazing Race.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, that would be great. I would do that.
I would 100% do that.
Right?
I don't
let's
think I
apply.
can. I am the
Amazing
worst at decorations. See, I can't even say at directions. So if you were to give me a map, I'd be like,
It's like,
Tiger.
you were supposed to go to Vancouver, but you're in Nova Scotia.
that would be me. That would be me.
But yeah, I like those competition ones more. And yeah, I'm just terrified of the idea of like I've connected with some person emotionally, and then the door swings open, and I'm just
You're
like,
like, ooh.
and then I'd have to
But
like,
it's true. Like with
Yeah.
Ayana, that's what her name was, right? The most awkward thing where she was like, "Oh, you just don't blink." Or
Oh,
like
not
Irina.
Irina, sorry.
Ayana's
Yeah.
from the previous.
Oh,
Maybe-
I meant Irina,
yeah.
and she's just like,
yeah,
no, thank you,
She
no
literally calls him
kisses.
a cartoon character, and that he's creepy.
Yeah.
Like at the very first meeting.
Who does
And
that?
As soon as she said, I'm like, she doesn't like him.
I wonder if he had a
It's done.
beard, if she would be different.
I don't
Because he's
know.
got a beard now.
The thing is, so remember in the reunion thing,
Yes.
right? He accuses her straight up of being like,
You just wanted TV
On
time.
there.
yeah, you came on here to be famous or whatever, right? So I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well, her business suffered from that. After the show, I deep
wow, you
dived.
really went into it.
Yeah, she owns some kind of, I think it's like a clothing business perhaps, or whatever it is. And everyone was trolling her so hard because she exposed herself as like a mean girl with mean intentions.
That's the thing.
And so that reflected obviously in there. And then she apologized, whether it was authentic or not. But yeah, I don't think it was. So I appreciate his like bluntness in that situation. I think a lot more people need to be direct like that.
Yep. Yeah,
He
I
is a lawyer.
in fact, I liked him a lot. His like, because when he confronted her, and then there was somebody else he defended. Because wasn't
Paul?
there?
No, I think it was Marshall.
Yeah, because like
He defended all of them.
Somebody was like
Yeah.
lobbing accusations at him, and he was like, and he stepped in, and he was like, you know what? Can I just say, like, you know, he came in, like, because didn't he say like he heard from all the other women that what the heck was it? He said I heard from other people on this show who said that this person never intended to whatever. Anyway, I just
I
like,
know what you're talking about. I just don't.
I just can't remember the
context.
specifics now,
Yeah.
but I just remember thinking he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. I liked him.
Me too.
I don't know. Adam and I have been watching a lot of SVU, so when we saw he was a criminal defense lawyer, that was triggering. I was like, oh no, I could never do that job.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
gotta
defending criminals. I don't know. Like it's obviously a lot of money, but then it comes down to like, is the money worth it morally for you? And I just couldn't sleep at night if I knew
Yeah.
my client was guilty
Yeah.
and did some really heinous things to other people. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
no thanks.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
I mean, I think I guess you'd have to take comfort in being like, no, like it's the system is I fight as hard as I can, and then the truth will come out. But I remember, yeah, I think that's how it is because but I remember in high school, I took a law class, and I remember the teacher, I think she was a lawyer, and her husband's also a lawyer. And the thing that made me not want to be a lawyer was she was saying how like 99% of being a lawyer is just like reading, like you're just reading case law all the time late into the night because you're like trying to find precedent for like the case you're doing. And then she also said like it's such an antagonistic environment, right? Like all day long you're in the court and like you're basically arguing with somebody all day. And she was saying that sometimes it's hard to like, when you get home to like your spouse at the end of the day, it's hard to just turn that part of your mind off.
Especially if you're also married to a lawyer.
Exactly.
Imagine the arguments in that household.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember she said that, and I was like, because like part of me likes the idea. Well, you know, you watch courtroom TV, and I can be pretty argumentative when I want.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
But just that side of it, I'm like, oh, that feels like it'd be really, really draining. And then of course, even you know, if like you're just saying about defending people who've done horrible things, like you have to like deal with a lot of just terrible, you know, even if the person's innocent, you have to learn about all these horrible details. It's just got to be very hard on your mind.
That's why we, like, SVU, like, we don't really, I mean, to be fair, we binged the whole season. So, like, there's not really any to watch left. But I noticed that my mood and just my full demeanor had shifted a little bit because you're internalizing all these horrific details, whether they're fake or not. It's just, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I want something a little more happy.
Actually, I found I had that problem too, and my girlfriend was watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy. And like when you watch so much like medical stuff of like all the things that are wrong with people, I don't know if that's just me, but I start to get in my head being like, oh, do I have that? Or like they'll talk about like symptoms and something like, wait, does it? Like you're like, wait, my arm kind of feels.
Stay
a
away
bit.
from WebMD.
Yeah, for sure.
Really? It's like a website online.
Always go see your healthcare professional.
And that's coming from a doctor.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Because everything, it's like, what? You can Google anything on WebMD.
Yeah.
Not Google.
You'll drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
It's true.
You'll just end
Zero to you have cancer
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, it's like either you have cancer, you're pregnant, or something's wrong with you.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yes, Scott, you're either cancer or pregnant.
yeah. Well, that's why. Yeah, no, Angel's right about that. Yeah, don't. Especially me. I don't know if I'm like slightly hypochondriac. Maybe is that
Yeah.
the right word?
What's hypochondriac?
Where you're like germophobic.
You're kind of worried.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you're
you are.
always like, you're paranoid, and you're thinking that something's wrong, right? And so, yeah, it's always good that if you do have anything going on, go see your medical professional ASAP, just so that they could assess and diagnose or rule out anything that, you know, could be or couldn't be. So
She's straight up looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, right.
I noticed that
Say
she
that
like
eye
locked eyes with you. It's like,
off the Google.
you need to do this.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was. You know what I found it was is that
Pandemic?
actually the pandemic didn't make me. What it was.
I'm sorry, the pandemic heightened it then, I guess.
It did, except like it's weird. I was never that. Actually, no, I was worried about COVID, obviously, but no, I didn't find it was like that. It was more. I found actually the first time I got heartburn. The first time I got heartburn, I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
for
think
real.
I've ever had heartburn.
Well, I didn't think I had either, but it was just like, you know, what does it feel like? It feels
Scott,
like.
what did you eat? I just,
Oh, I don't even know. Probably
it's just like a
pasta.
stick, and
It's
it's
like-
just like it's like a throbbing, like
Yeah.
an intense,
Yeah, in fact,
horrible.
in fact, maybe it wasn't even heartburn. It might have just been like
Gas.
like gas, because you know how like gas, like
the
if you have
sharp pain.
yeah, just like a little squeezing, right? And like I had never felt that before, right? Because here's the thing: a thing that happens,
let it out, Scott.
a thing that happens when you. Well, here's the thing that happens, right? So I will say, in fact, it's different for girls, right? Because so girls, at least like you guys have like, your period.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting
So, like-
real into it.
Yeah,
okay.
but no, but see, because
Why did you look so anxious?
I wasn't
like,
sure
he's
if
like
I-
this word.
Yeah. But the point is, it's like so girls get
Lady
used
time,
to like pretty
yeah.
young to like kind of having pain like pretty regularly.
Do you think you were
right?
getting menstrual cramps?
No, but it's, the point is like guys
where's this conversation going?
guys live their entire life from being a young child all the way until like
Forever.
whatever age you know you just feel awesome. Like everything is perfect.
Must be nice.
Yeah, everything's perfect.
Oh, wow.
Right?
You
We're all
never,
like,
you never
okay.
feel.
What is that?
Yes. So basically, if you feel something, so for example, like if when I'm a teenager, if my arm hurts, I know it's because like I smashed into a wall yesterday. You know what I mean? Oh, my leg hurts. Oh yeah, I was playing soccer and I tripped and hit. You know, but when you get something like gas and like you feel something in your chest, it's like, wait, what happened? I didn't do anything. What is that? What is this? You know? And I didn't know that my diet was just like, I don't know, your stomach changes a little bit. So I genuinely like thought.
Did you Google it?
I went to the hospital.
Oh.
I went to the hospital. And they like and when you say that you like have something with your chest, they bring you in right away. And so they brought me in and they like the EKG, is that what it is? You know, they put that on me. And then they were like, so they put me on that right away. And then they looked at it and they were like, okay, yeah, you can go sit over there. And I was like, okay. As soon as you said that, I was like, I think I'm probably fine. I was like, if I was having, I'm pretty sure if I was like actually having something, they wouldn't tell me to go sit in the waiting room after giving me EKG. So then they did a few other tests because like the doctor was like, it's probably this. They're like, if it's anything, then there's one thing it could be that would manifest in like about 6 hours. So just sit there and wait.
Manifest for 6 hours.
No, she said that it could take that long. I don't know. She never said what it was, but it was something. But then at the end, they were like, yeah, if you want, we can give you an antacid or whatever. And I was like,
Oh my god.
okay.
No, I don't mess with stomach things. Like one time Hazel had, I'm not going to say this right. You might know how to say it. Intussusception? Anyways, it's when your large intestine and your small intestine actually slide into each other.
Oh.
So we thought she was just having gas. Again, gas is where it's coming from. Except it was like 5 hours of her just like, she went through this whole process of like, and when you see a kid screaming, you're just like, oh my God. So she would be in so much pain, and then she would pass out because the endorphins would hit, and then she'd wake up and it wore off, and we took her to Sick Kids, and like that was really scary, but it reset itself. So I'm almost wondering if that's what they thought was happening with you, because
Could
it
be.
does take some time for that to happen, but it naturally reset, thank God, so we didn't have to operate or anything. But
yeah, it was. I remember I was scared that time. But
Regina's like, why are we talking about this?
Let's talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs, huh?
yeah.
Good save. Good save.
So Leafs have made history.
Yeah.
19 years. They've
Angel was a
never
part of
made
it.
it out of the first round. Yeah.
Oh,
Never made it
what?
out. Yeah.
Sorry, I know nothing about sports.
You watched it on my
So-
birthday.
I did.
So for a long time, the Leafs were really, really bad. This is like,
Really bad.
20
Wow,
years
you're really
ago.
calling them out.
well, they were. Nobody would argue. Like, I was always a fan, but still, like 20 years ago, they were awful. But then they got kind of better, and then they had some playoff runs, but they were never able to get since 2000. I think, 2004, because that'd be 19 years, right? I think it was 2004 was the last time they actually made it to the second round of the playoffs. So this year, first time since then, they've made it to round 2.
So it's interesting for me because I'm originally from Winnipeg, as you know, and we got our NHL team relatively later. We had originally the Winnipeg Jets. We lost them. We didn't have a team for several years. Yep. We acquired them back. I think it was like around 2011, 2012 that we got a team back. But we've already made it way further in the playoffs than the Leafs have. So it's funny because the day that I had posted everything that was going on in Maple Leaf Square after we won that game to move us forward. And it's funny because I had a lot of Winnipeggers reply to the post and say, Angel, it's just round 1. But I'm like, well, you guys don't understand the history behind this. Like, Toronto hasn't won for 19 years. So even though it's just round 1, this is like they won Stanley, right?
Yeah, because that's the thing. So many Torontonians, right, are just so... Yeah, we're used to, like, it's kind of like this thing. Like, and what's so sad is, like, there were a couple years, like last few, where it's like the team was really good in the regular season and they just would collapse in the first round of the playoffs. And I was like, what? These guys are better than this. Why? So it kind of became this curse. Like they thought they can't get out of the, So that's why the
You know
fact
what
that
it
they finally
is?
did it.
I know why they did so well. Because you were not in Toronto when it happened.
Get out of here.
my gosh.
I need to leave.
You were in
I brought
Napa Valley.
I brought my Leaf hat with me and I wore it on every game.
You weren't there, but we were. We were all in the... Angel literally walked home and just saw the city go wild.
That's awesome.
Oh, when I walked home, because obviously I went a little bit earlier than you guys, it was insane because the game had just ended.
Right.
So we were trying to like navigate ourselves through this crazy crowd. There was like a free bread stand, like this Hawaiian bread. It was actually really good. I did. It was really good.
They were just handing out bread?
Yeah, like kind of like an activation. So like they just had like a stand for free Hawaiian bread.
Oh,
I would plug the name in, but I literally don't know it. But it was good. But the hockey fans were taking this bread and then they were just throwing it in the air and whipping it just like out of excitement. Like they were all like bras.
This is Canadian culture for you.
Yeah, I'm like, it was just a bunch of bros and they were just so excited.
It was basically like when the Raptors won.
Yeah.
Where the city just all
When it all shut
shut
down.
up.
Yeah.
Like when they won the championship, I went over to Yonge and Dundas, Yonge and Queen, and the entire street was just blocked.
I feel like if you were home, you would have been. Actually, you've been at my birthday, but then you would have ran and joined them.
And I probably
you would have left early.
And I think, all right, so they're in round 2 now.
I think you need to go on vacation again.
What's going to happen? Game 3 tonight. What's everybody's predictions?
I say they're going to win.
I hope they have
So
to win.
here's why. Here's why I think they're going to win.
Okay.
Now the problem is they have lost 2 in a row at home.
That's right.
But they've always won when they were away.
That, and also one thing that's interesting is like Florida.
They're a good team.
Yeah, like the Leafs are a good team. Yeah, but I mean,
Florida's as well though.
they are, but Tampa is better. Tampa
Yeah.
is definitely better. And like one thing I've noticed watching these two games is that for starters, so game one they lost, but I actually think they played way better. I think they just couldn't get the bounces. They had a lot of really good plays. They had way more possession. They just couldn't. It just wouldn't go in. So that's why when game one they lost, I think most people were like, you know what, we outplayed them. Sometimes you don't get the bounces.
Yeah.
Game two, we played even better, but 2 minutes of the second period, they came out slow, and Florida scored 2 quick goals.
Yeah.
Within like a minute of each other.
Yeah.
But I think if the Leafs can and obviously that doesn't obviously Florida did it, they deserved that win. But the Leafs are a better team if they can just settle down and just do what they have to do. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe those 2 losses will wake them up, and they've got fire lit under them.
Let's put sparklers under their booties and make them go.
Oh my gosh.
So I believe. I believe. I mean, I know every.
Oh,
Wow.
I've heard that one before. It's so cheesy.
She's going to put it on her
dad
post, though.
joke. She's gonna take it.
I believe.
My next caption.
There you go.
I believe in them.
Now every year, every Leaf fan goes, "This is our year," but you know what? I'm still feeling pretty good. This might be our year.
I mean, that's why I wore blue and white today, because I would normally be matching them in pink, but
Yeah.
We wore pink specifically for Regine's birthday.
Yes.
Didn't even tell each
Actually,
other.
but, we actually did match because our sashes are both blue
Blue
and
and white,
right?
exactly.
So maybe
We planned everything.
I'm gonna also vote that the Leafs are gonna win tonight.
yes.
I think they will. They're playing
think
at
so.
they're playing at 6:30. Mm-hmm. I got pink candles just specifically for you.
Thank you.
We tried.
I appreciate
We all
it.
coordinated.
I was like, where's your pink? I thought you were going to wear your Team Regine shirt, which you wear every year.
I was going to,
It's okay. This is more
but then I thought,
appropriate.
well, it's kind of got to be a mix, just because.
And we're both on. It's color coordinated today.
Yeah. And
But
it looks nice.
you know who's also coordinated with us?
Oh, our ads. Oh yeah, we did do our ads. I mean, I knew that. Ad break, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Ad break.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Benezi. What are you guys talking about? We were talking about
Everything.
everything. Love is Blind, Leafs. Am I the one who streamed Bhathal? Yes. All-Star Tournament Saturday. 2v2 All-Star Tournament. Sign up if you are eligible in the Discord server. Okay, everybody, today's episode of The Sit Down is brought to you by some very, very important people. They are our advertisers. They make this show possible, Regine.
They do.
So let's meet them. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor. That's right, the place I am living in right now and the place before. She helped me find it. She's fantastic. She's my realtor. She could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at jmckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 east of Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever is a fantastic artist. Do you have a vision for some custom-made jewelry you'd like created?
Yes,
Or-
I do, actually.
Perfect. Or do you have jewelry that maybe got run over by a car or something and needs to be repaired? He can do that too. I've seen him do it on Instagram and on TikTok for that matter. So go to there and meet with him. And we have a great deal with him, worked out with him, don't we, Regine?
We do. If you go in and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15%, 15% off. Mention the show.
Just in time for Mother's Day.
Just in time. Get over there, get a great deal, and get something beautiful. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca and follow them on Instagram and TikTok for cool behind-the-scenes jewelry content.
Yeah.
Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down. As you can see, she's done our headshots, our photos, but she can also do pageant headshots, wedding makeup, engagement, baby shower, date night, and she also teaches skincare. So, yeah, check her out.
She does it all. She saved me more than once.
Definitely more than once.
Sunburn nose, no more.
problem.
No problem. There we go.
Exactly. Reach her on Instagram and Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
There you go. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right, people. We do the show live every week, and we do the ads live week to week. What's that mean? It means that you could personalize them week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time, particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back.
And all that energy did not come from the cake and coffee.
Actually, I made myself not a decaf today.
Oh, it is the coffee.
It's the cake and the coffee.
Is that why your stomach's been gurgling this whole time?
Am I?
You heard it
Guys,
too. I could hear this. That is like.
am I gurgling?
Banana.
I was joking because he doesn't drink coffee because it makes him gurgle.
If it was, I didn't really notice. But you know what?
It's the
worth it.
cake. It's the
worth it.
cake.
It's worth it.
But we are back, everyone. I took your line. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's fun watching our guest eyes just like light up when you do that last part of the ad break or the ads.
Because of how fast I'm talking.
That's normal. Jenna's face is just like, whew.
I couldn't play poker.
No.
I just, everything, you see it on my face.
That's all good.
That one stretch, I've said it so many times now.
But you said it throughout. So he's messed up our ads by like just splurting it out by accident in the middle of reading something.
Yeah, like sometimes while I'm reading the Jewelry Forever ad, which I
'Cause
also
you
kind of talk
memorize,
about. I kind of cut into that one by accident. Like it usually happens if I'm like prepping something, like I'm like going over here and like adjusting this, adjusting that, and then I'm on autopilot speaking, and then I'll realize I'm saying the wrong part of the ads.
Oh no.
But that's because it's kind of in my muscle memory. But
It's what happens when you do it for 4 years.
4 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
222.
222 people, episode 222. If you're
That's
just tuning in.
crazy.
We're here at the Regine Alaina birthday special.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We're here with Angel Bhathal and
Dr. Angel Bhathal. Sorry, that
Dr.
was
Angel
my
Bhathal.
bad.
Yep. And Jenna-Marie Donnelly.
Don't make that
Not a
face
doctor.
because you work so hard. Like when I do, Jenna and I both work for events, but whenever I work an event and there's doctors or anyone with like those extra letters behind your name, you work so hard for that. So I think
Thank you.
I
appreciate that.
no problem. I feel like if Angel was on like a dating show, it'd be like Doctor.
Oh, I would
Angel
love that for
Bhathal.
her.
I don't know if I
Right?
would do a dating show after like watching all the dating
The
shows out
trauma.
there. I don't know.
It's a lot of drama for
It
sure.
is. Yeah.
But I mean, the one thing that even some of the contestants on Love is Blind say is there is something to like sort of a focused
That's right.
thing that's like, yeah, okay,
You have to date.
Hyper-focused.
That's all.
Yeah.
yeah. And like you can get to know somebody really quick if you're just
right.
like forced to just talk to them for hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but it is very I would have a hard I feel I don't know, kind of self-conscious, I guess, you know. Being
Well,
on camera.
you add that extra layer of being judged by this external audience, aka
Yeah.
us, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, they're gonna
Yeah.
dissect this, they're gonna put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
they're
But
like,
if you think about it, going back to like the three, I guess you're also part of the pageant world. You are part of the pageant world. Not you, kind of are. Is we do it to ourselves too, though. If you
That's
think about
right.
it, because we all compete on stage. I mean, if you're not competing in a pageant, you've also done singing competitions where we put
Right.
ourselves out there. And in the world of social media, everything and anything, our show, people can criticize what we say. I mean, people have
People have.
criticized you.
What kind of criticism?
but yeah.
Well, we the biggest show when we had Christina Tantra Young on. I said her name correct because I heard her say it
Yeah.
like that. But we had some issues with the internet, and because we
But
had
it wasn't
issues
our fault.
no, it wasn't. But we had issues with the internet, and because I was concerned with how it was looking, I started to get self-conscious about it, and it just kind of I started to shut down a little bit.
When Scott gets on frantic mode, he's no poker face. Like
Yeah.
you see it.
Well, I should say it's not because I don't mind a situation that's stressful. I usually thrive under those. But when a situation
Oh, I know.
where I think
don't.
that I look like amateur, that starts to make me like like, oh my gosh, this looks so bad, and so because of that, I think it affected my ability to like be present in the conversation with her.
And they just said, Scott talks
and
too
you
much.
could tell the audience, like, the audience was not happy. They just weren't happy.
And I'm just here, I'm like disliking every comment. I'm like, that's not nice to say. And I felt bad because he kept going into the comments and responding and
I
defending
responded
yourself.
to some. I mean, but I mean, I actually don't have a problem with people having like, voicing their situations. I just wanted them to know what happened because, something.
I still think people, if they have nothing nice to say or constructive, should just keep it to them.
That's right.
Freaking self.
But again, in the world of social media,
We put it
everyone
out
is a
there.
keyboard warrior at this
Well,
point.
like I posted that photo of Hazel's dance competition, and in dance, like they put makeup on.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. The stage lights
People
wash
come at
them
you
out.
for that?
I'm not going to say who. I just deleted the comment. I was a bigger person, but someone commented like 5 minutes after posting. It was like, kids in makeup, ... I hate that. And I was like, are you missing the bigger
You
picture
should have been like,
here?
okay, you
is,
can leave.
yeah, which is the fact that she's 5 years old. She just got on stage in front of a bunch of people. She learned this choreographed routine. She's gaining confidence, just like in pageantry. And like, we're putting her in these positions where she can nurture this passion she has for dance.
And
So-
she wants to do it.
and who cares if she wears lipstick once out of the whole year? She's in 2 competitions and 1 recital, and if that's what's needed, sure, but it's not like she's wearing makeup every day.
Yeah.
So that comment was like, I could take it 2 ways. You could either argue and say everything I just said, or you could just literally delete it, and then what?
What you did too.
Which is what I did. I was like, you're not worth
No.
that type of energy to argue back, It's
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think I don't know. People like to like project, like they're projecting whatever they think. Like people make a lot of assumptions about things, and they kind of, or like their own experiences. They like assume,
People can be really mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just that's how it is. I mean, that's the thing. I also why like I've kind of learned to generally not be bothered too much by even negative comments, because I think to myself, like how you just said, like I don't post negative. Like if I see something I don't like, I usually just click
don't-
away.
Yeah, you just don't do anything about it.
I
It's
reported
like-
as spam.
Yeah. So then right away, it's like right away, because I know that like it would never even occur to me to do that, even if I didn't like something.
Yeah.
I have to think. I already have to put this filter through my head that like the person that's posting this negative comment is the type of person that would post a negative comment, right? And that's something that's
Whether it be on yours or someone else's.
yeah. So that's already somebody that's like a completely different person than I am. So I already that kind of lowers. I'm like, okay, like what is, and then to actually not even just post like something like actually kind of mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, I would never do that. Even if I saw something that I didn't like, I would just,
To all those people who like post negatively, I would love for them to say it to my face.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, like as an ex people pleaser, because I'm trying really hard, it took me a while to realize that not only is not everyone gonna like me, which is okay, I'm also not gonna like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I think setting those boundaries, and like as a mom, my energy is already like depleted, and a pageant, like I have all these identifiers, but I want to invest that time and energy into the right people.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't just show up on my anniversary to anyone's like thing. Like I do that for the right people, and that's what I've been doing the past, this whole year. Like that has been with our Canva
Self-growth,
boards
yeah.
and our choosing the right people to be in our lives and investing that energy into, So I don't know, those people are just keyboard warriors and they need to get a better hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I almost kind of have I don't know if I feel like I kind of almost feel sorry for them, because I think like what's their own life like that's
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
what they feel they need to do. Like the other thing I also learned, again, more from streaming, is that like the vast majority of people posting, I find this on YouTube anyway, are like quite young, much younger. Like I remember the first time so like when I started streaming, I'm chatting with people in the chat while I'm playing the game or whatever, and in my mind, like as I'm reading the chat, in my head, like I'm hearing a voice that's like, these are probably teenagers, 20-year-olds, my age, I don't know, And then I remember one time I had like a voice chat for the first time because we were playing Among Us.
Oh, I remember
Some
that.
of them were like older, but a lot of them were like
Yo, Scott!
literally kids, right? and that's cool. It's fun, but it did make me realize, and like, because sometimes, like, even in some of the games, somebody will react like they just lost, and they'll just be really mad in the chat, right? And it's like, geez, like it's fine,
What happened to this?
No, I might have not. What happened to it?
You know what? With my brothers, like, so I have twin brothers, and they are gamers my whole life. They've always been on their Xbox or whatever have you.
Yep.
And hearing the chat, like through headphones, like live voice, and then hearing my brother, no, sorry guys, but to expose you, but like the aggression that comes from losing, it is next level.
Oh,
like,
my
sorry, what
husband
did you
is
just
like
say?
that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that's why. Yeah, just to finish.
Thank you.
You're like, don't say anything.
Keep going, Scott. Keep
But yeah,
going.
it's just when I realized, a lot of the people posting are like, kids who like they haven't. Losing a video game is like the worst thing that's ever happened to them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they don't have any other actual
For now.
problems or whatever, so they're like,
But it's cute.
Yeah, but that's why. But what it did
No,
was.
I mean, watching his Among Us streams and like
Oh, yeah,
the
they're-
little kids that would, not little, like high school kids, like
Yeah.
hit puberty, the voice is just.
Oh
Yeah.
god, they're
Like,
cracking as they're screaming.
Yeah, they're fun to play with, but it also it puts some perspective. So when I see comments now, I'm like, okay, like this, it's unlikely this person has like a lot of experience. And then there's the other thing of like you don't know. I try not to take it seriously because I think to myself, I've never written a negative comment on somebody's thing. At least I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
Scott, do you remember the video that went viral on your Instagram?
Oh yeah, but that's not about a person.
Yeah,
That's
but
about-
it's still a negative.
That's
What
true.
was it?
I was talking about why I didn't like the Mulan live action. It got 300,000 views.
Oh.
300,000
Wait, why didn't
views on
you like
Instagram.
it? Not to open that can of worms again, but also to
no.
open that can
Allow
of worms.
me to tell you.
I'm gonna lean back.
Well, no. So I mean, basically, all I said was that I didn't like it because there's several reasons, but the main one was that like the
Did it actually get that many views?
300,000. Yeah. The theme of like the original, like the animated one, is more about, so she's a woman. She's
Just
trying
watch
to,
it on his.
yeah. But basically, so in the other one, she was physically weaker than the men, but she used her brain and her smarts to like succeed. That's the kind of the theme of it, right? So it showed that like it's not just your physical strength that matters; it's your mental strength.
Yeah.
But then in the Disney live action version, they changed that. So like she has these like magic powers now.
Oh.
That give her this strength. So
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it. I told you I haven't watched a lot of things.
Well, I mean,
I
but,
haven't watched it either.
yeah,
Well,
but-
it's also like your thought on Aladdin.
I
yeah,
love both.
yeah. But did you see the live action versions?
Yes, I like
liked
both.
it.
I think we talked about that like
Oh.
one
Yeah.
of my first episodes here.
Yeah.
But
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, so that's all I said. Was it just like I didn't like that the theme was different. It was like her struggle in the
He
first
likes
one.
the OGs.
It's like the whole point of it was. It's like I don't know. Just the theme was totally different.
But that's like
all.
a lot of things that are changing now. Like I know they're doing the live action Little Mermaid, and like Flounder looks
I
a little
can't.
different. And I know because you're just
I
like
love
die hard. I
Flounder.
know, same.
Flounder is my favorite.
I love the way
But they're
you say
changing.
Flounder.
But they're also changing like the words to some of the songs.
Kiss the Girl.
Kiss the Girl, I think it was. Yeah. And I don't know what the remake is, but yeah, so
Yeah.
it's interesting when movies were made back when they were like
For us.
for us. We took things at face value. We never questioned it, but now we're living in this very, and pardon me for saying this very woke era where we're just over analyzing and like changing things that sometimes I would argue don't actually need to change.
You know,
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know what the issue I also have is like, I think if you're going to remake something and you're remaking something that like everybody loves, that's why you're remaking it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think you should go in it with the philosophy of like, okay, well, first thing we have to do is fix all the things that's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because the people that you're making this movie for,
Or us.
and they don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like
Yes. So
now-
that's exactly, just to clarify that, because that was a bold comment, but
Yeah.
that's exactly what I mean. Like something like that, like Kiss the Girl, I think that's such an innocent
Yes.
like song, and she wants him to kiss him, by the way.
There's consent there.
Yeah, there is consent there. It's just she literally can't say it
say
because
it.
she has
Yeah.
her voice taken away.
Yeah.
But in terms of like Ryerson University, I call it Ryerson because that's when I went. When they dug deeper and then they changed the name of the university, like that is something that I agree with. So I think just some things are just so overanalyzed and just,
I'm
like
just
Yeah.
I'm just really upset about Flounder. Like, this is the Flounder that we expected.
But again,
this is a Flounder that we're getting.
Yeah. But no, because it's the same thing. It's that why did they make the change? Like, again, it's
like if they changed Grogu.
Yes.
Oh, it's like the fact that they named him Grogu and not kept it at Baby Yoda.
Yes. Well, exactly. It's like if you like, you could make any movie. You could, if you want to make a movie with a whole bunch of other things, however you want, then don't make a remake of something that like everybody already knows what the original looks like.
Yeah.
So if you're choosing to now, you're making it for us, so we'll come watch it. So why would you, anyways, hey.
We brought your friends out. You mentioned
they were like, "Who's Grogu?"
Yeah, I'm like, you lost.
No, that's Grogu. But I'm like, why didn't they just keep it? See, why didn't they just keep it as Baby Yoda?
No, so in season 1,
here we go.
nobody knows his name. That's why. So everybody called him Baby Yoda.
Oh.
In season 2, we find out what his name is.
So then what's the difference between Baby Yoda and the child? Because everyone calls it, like, I'm pretty sure this thing says the child.
So they called them, no. So
no, they're the same.
That's just what they called them. Like, in the show, yeah, they just basically called him the child.
So then why didn't they just keep him as?
Because they found out his name.
Such an ugly name. I'm sorry.
They found out his name. But
ouch.
Anyways, and now he's actually got a different name now.
What?
Well, like, his name has been modified. I'm not going to spoil anything, but his name is growing and changing.
Which they shouldn't. But anyways, I know we have to wrap up shortly, but before we go, let's talk about your journeys in pageantry really quick, because I'm sure they're watching and they don't care. Like, the organizers don't care to hear us ramble about Love is Blind.
No, they do. It's good stuff.
So Angel, tell us a little bit about this pageant. I know you just signed up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How's it been?
It's probably about a week and a half ago. So Miss Pan American Internationals, a pageant with all the Pan American countries coming to compete together, and it's all about celebrating culture, intelligence, and we are each advocating for countries, sharing, learning. I'm really excited to be meeting all of the other contestants from all the different parts in the Pan American countries. I've been to a lot of countries, but there's still so many countries I haven't been to, so it'll be very fascinating to learn a little bit more about each other's cultures.
Awesome. And how, I guess, with it being so soon, how have you been preparing for it?
Well, I think that having found out a week and a half ago, I've been going to the gym every single day. I did have some cake, but I feel like I earned it, and it's obviously a special day. It's your birthday. And the other aspects are just putting, wardrobe together. I'm trying to do a lot of reusing if I can, just to be sustainable. I do have some pieces that I also put together. So yeah, I'm fortunate enough that I have done pageantry in the past, and I had a lot of staples that I'm like, I'm going to reuse this. It's okay. I don't mind if people see it again on my Instagram.
Just don't follow too hard, guys. Don't swipe too far.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it's all the so it's like so it'd be the same countries that were, remember we had the Pan Am Games here?
Yeah, they were actually in Winnipeg one year as well.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Downtown.
all the Pan Am countries. And it's in Anaheim,
California,
Anaheim,
yeah.
California.
Are you going to go to Disney while you're there?
I'm not sure, we might. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be so nice.
And so is it a multi, because I know even Jenna, you mentioned yours is a 3-day event. Is yours a multi-day event as well?
So ours is actually from May 14th to the 22nd. Coronation's on the 20th, but the pageant goes until, I guess, all the contestants will be there until the 22nd for any press or media afterwards.
So what happens over the days? Because I don't know, in my mind I'm thinking you have the pageant, and that's a one-night thing, but what else is there? What kind of
Goodness.
I don't know.
A lot of rehearsals. A lot of rehearsals are going to be doing work with the production and the opening number, of course.
I see.
That's where we get a dance routine, and then we'll be doing some stage rehearsals. And then in addition to this, going and meeting sponsors, going for dinners, doing appearances.
The whole 9
And
yards.
I think there's some prelims as well. So there will be interviews, there'll be prelims. and
Is it
finals.
streamed?
I will find out. I'm not sure yet.
We will be watching if it is.
Okay, perfect.
Can I just
Lovely.
say, I realized every time you go internationally for a pageant, you somehow make your way to the sit down right before you go.
It wasn't planned, right?
No.
At all. It's so funny.
We had planned you coming back for this episode before you signed up for this.
Right.
It all works out.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
And Jenna, I know we've talked about your pageant experience the last time you were here. How are you feeling now that it's a lot closer? I know we talked a little bit about it in the beginning.
Well, I mean, with this pageant system, it's all about United We Stand. And I think I've been really lucky over the last, 4.5, 5 years. It's been a while to build this really incredible community of people who are like-minded and want to make an authentic change. And it's really nice to align with a new system that has those values and doesn't take as much precedence in necessarily getting out into the community. However, empowering others to do that, and then by choice you going out and doing those things as authentically as possible. And it's really nice to be able to do that. But I think since coming back from internationals, and we did touch on this last time I was here, I was really broken coming back because I had put so much weight into that one area of my life. And over the past 8 months, I think it is now, however long, I've really focused on putting my energy into all areas of my life. So being a mom, being a wife, being a professional. I landed recently in a job that I absolutely love, and I can authentically, I know it's huge. I don't think there's a lot of people who can actually say they love their job, and I love my job, and I'm going in now with this huge mindset of I love my job. I'm very happy with where I'm at in my life, and this would contribute to that happiness. It wouldn't be a make or break of my happiness. And I think that's the whole mindset going into it, and I think that's very different from how I've approached a competition before. So I'm really excited to go and meet the girls, and obviously Shioma is lovely. But this time around it is going to be very different. I haven't focused so much on my physical health as I have as much as my mental health, and that's something I'm going to prioritize going forward. But
Love that.
Yeah, I think that there's a really strong need for women in pageantry to start being a little more authentic and a little more real with the struggles that we face, because speaking to Angel, speaking to Regine, speaking to any woman in pageantry, we're very like, this is amazing. And then you sit down and you actually talk to us, and there's some battles that we're all very much facing together. But yeah, I'm very excited to meet these women, make those connections again, and see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Sweet. Do you know if that one's is that one being live streamed? Do you know?
I think so.
Probably,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
I'll be watching it live stream.
She'll have two computers
Yeah.
going at the same time.
Are the 2 nights on the same?
No.
Okay, so it'll work.
Oh, okay.
Because she
perfect.
leaves the same week.
Oh, she leaves the weekend
Okay.
of. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Perfect.
We can have a
Citrus.
streaming party together to watch.
I love
Angel.
that. We'll blow up balloons.
Yeah. What colors do you want? Well, we'll just bring these with us.
Maybe we can do, yeah, you can just reuse this. They'll probably still be alive. Well, maybe not that one.
Not this one.
Well, they'll all look like that basically by that point.
They're all flounders.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say it's probably tough to.
Oh, there's a
make
hole in
fish.
it.
Well, that makes sense.
Right there. I felt it.
Because like flounder in the movie, is there a real fish?
There
that
is a
looks
flounder.
Like that?
Yeah.
But he's cartoon.
She's very dull.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is is there a fish in nature that looks the way flounder in the movie looks?
No, but they still could have just kept it.
Yeah, that's right. They could have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you can tell they're trying to oh well, this is live action. It's real. We have to pick a real fish. But we'll see. Honestly, like I said, I've talked.
There
about
is
the
a
live
fish
action.
called the flounder. I
I
knew
know.
that, but
But it doesn't look like it. Doesn't
It's not
look like,
cute.
No. It's like, it's not.
wow.
It's like, no.
People actually eat them. So
I was like,
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah, people eat all sorts of fishies.
so sad.
I have concerns.
flounders.
I have concerns about the movie.
You know what I have more concern over is the live action of Stitch.
Oh,
I'm scared for how they're going to make Stitch.
I loved that show as a
Yeah.
kid.
I love Stitch.
I'm actually. I don't know if I'm so worried about that. Just because there is no real animal, they can kind of do whatever they want.
I
at
know,
least.
but it's like you're creating now this live action alien. That scares me.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to look a little bit horrifying, but maybe they
It's
can
like
do
in Sonic.
But kind of the way they did Grogu, you can find a way, because Grogu is cute because he's kind of ugly, right? Like they found that line where it's he's kind of like a weird old.
Yeah, but this
man
is
almost.
Disney.
Star Wars is Disney.
True.
Anyway, it's there's a lot of things they have to get right.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for that one.
So my concerns right now with the Little Mermaid are,
Flounder.
Thing is, Flounder, we'll see. Like, I'm concerned about all the characters. I'm also concerned, like, the computer effects of the underwater doesn't look that real to me. Like just in the trailer.
But see,
like,
this
doesn't
is
look
so.
very
Here's
real.
you're saying this from the perspective of someone who creates and edits film.
Well, yeah, but
We're just the consumers.
but you know, there's like I watched Avatar,
Yeah.
and that looks like totally real.
Did you all
Like,
watch Avatar?
I think I saw it, but like,
Oh.
they spent so much, they did so much work to make like the water look real. Like they actually filmed stuff in tanks so that you'll get like the real movement.
Well, maybe
you know?
they did the same thing with Little
They
Mermaid.
didn't. I'm sure they didn't. You can tell looking at how they were acting, they didn't. You can see how the hair, like, it doesn't look real, and maybe it'll be fine, okay, but it will bother me. And then
Stay tuned.
and then
It comes out at
second
the end of
thing,
the month.
Ariel herself. I already know she has a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. My concern is that in the trailer, she appears to only have one facial expression in every moment. So when like there's a moment when like
I like how all three of us are like,
so
what?
when Ursula's taking away her voice, she kind of goes. She's doing this, and then she has like this. She's like this. So now I'm kind of
Because
concerned.
you're so limited when you're underwater.
Okay, but my point is, I'm concerned that because I don't know if she's actually a good actor. We don't know, and so
She's got a great voice.
Holy guacamole! You pulled all this from a trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trailers are so short.
They are, but
it's like
there
he
are
dissects it
clues.
'cause-
There are clues, though. It looks.
He's a filmmaker.
I'm just a little concerned.
That's what happens.
Like she can definitely sing. I think she looks the part. I think she's got. But again, we'll see if she can actually act. I don't know. I don't know. I hope I want to be wrong.
You are wrong.
Hope so.
Stay tuned, folks.
But we'll see. Also, there's also the fact that I didn't like any of the live action remakes, so I have no hope for this one either. I don't know.
But see, then you're looking to pick a problem, I feel like, because you've been let
Maybe.
down. You're just like, you're worn down and you're like, oh, well, this is wrong.
Yeah, but I think like
Yeah, can you please
That
go
is
into something
true.
open-minded for
I'm
once?
also
No,
a
but
very
I think-
optimistic person just in
Same.
general. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to get you to be like, this is really great. Or, you know,
Well, I think I'll be open-minded enough. Like I think if it's good. Like here's the thing, I don't want to hate it. I actually want, like, I love Disney. I love Disney movies. I
don't think you do.
I want to be brought to tears and enjoy it and do all those things. Like
Wait. You were iffy about Mario. Did you watch it yet?
yeah,
Okay, and?
it was awesome.
And what were your thoughts before you watched it? When you first watched your trailer? You were confused about it.
No, the very, very first the teaser trailer where that you didn't see very much, I was concerned because all we heard was Chris Pratt's voice.
And you weren't sure about it, but now that you've
Yes.
seen it,
But by the final trailer, I was almost positive I was going to like the movie.
and you loved it. Okay, just checking.
Trailers
See?
trailers do a lot because, like, for example, I remember, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Not the Suicide Squad, the first one, the one that got really
Didn't
bad.
watch it, but okay.
I remember that trailer came out, and it came out after Guardians of the Galaxy, and Guardians of the Galaxy had all these like old school classic rock.
Oh,
in the
I can't
trailer.
wait to watch that.
Yeah, so the first one, I remember the trailer had like classic rock, and so Suicide Squad was trying to piggyback on that, and they played like a Queen song. And I remember watching the trailer, and I was like, this trailer's not connecting. Like, what's wrong with it?
They're trying to compete with.
But and I was like, and as soon as I thought, I'm like, something's off about this. I don't know if this is going to be good, and it wasn't. Sometimes you can tell things from the trailer, because you can tell from the things that they don't show, or if certain angles look a little, you're just like, because why would they choose that one? Like, if you're making a trailer, you choose the best moments of everything. I don't know. You can't always tell.
Well, no, because there still has to be the anticipation of the film or the show or
Yeah, but,
whatever
like,
the
I
trailer
hate
is
trailers
for.
when I watch it and I feel like I've seen it already.
Right?
Well, yeah,
That
yeah.
bothers me.
I agree.
I don't hate it. That's a strong word. I strongly dislike it.
Yeah,
'Cause then
you
I'm like,
wanna-
I feel like I've already watched this. Now I'm just getting the boring snippets of it.
Yes.
Like, tease me a little bit. Don't give me everything, you know?
Yes, I actually agree with that.
I feel like trailers should not even be clips from the actual movie or show. Like, they should just create their own mini production for just the trailer.
Yeah.
Because when you watch certain movies that we've seen trailers for, those scenes are already in the movie. And I'm not spoiling anything,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to say specifics. But
Yeah.
I feel like they should just create their own mini reel.
But then people are looking for those moments in the movie to kind of
But then
fit
it
the
kind of
storyline,
ruins
right?
it.
Wait, this isn't the same show or movie.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, I guess the ideal is that
A synopsis.
show. Basically, the goal of it is you want to not spoil anything, but you want to show enough to make the person go, I want to see that. You know, I want to, you know. And, you know what I watched? On a Star Wars Day, I posted a TikTok about it. On Star Wars Day, they were showing Return of the Jedi, like the original Star Wars.
You watched
movie,
it in theater, right?
In theaters, so I actually got to go see it on the big screen.
I watched your reel. I'm like, this is Scott's name all over it.
Yeah, it was.
It was the nerdiest thing I've ever seen you create.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
It's definitely, and it kept growing. Like originally, I thought, oh, maybe I'll just.
How long did it take you to film that?
The filming didn't take very long. Originally, all I was going to post was that I was going to see the movie. But then after I saw the movie, I was kind of in a mood, and I went home and I pulled out my toys.
To all of you watching this, go watch the short after this.
Yeah.
Which we do have to wrap up, sorry, because we're on a time restriction today.
Should we do you want to do that?
They've already done it, and she has to go soon.
Yeah. Okay. They've
I mean, unless they want to. Do you want to redeem your scores?
Did you say redeem my score? Didn't I make in the top? Am I not on the top of not at the top, but like I'm like third? No, unless someone beat me recently.
Do you want to look at the scores? We can look at the scores.
Yeah,
and you guys can decide. Okay, here. Here are the current Barrel of Monkeys standings.
Just because I know Jenna has to go soon.
So let's see.
Oh, I'm in a good spot.
Angel's sitting at 7. That's in 4th place.
Jenna's at 8.
And Jenna is at.
She's under us.
Oh yeah, right there. So you're already sitting in third.
Third and
so I don't
fourth.
know. Are you guys happy with these scores?
If I were to get a lesser score,
you don't go down. It doesn't go down.
I'm like, I
it
really
only
like
goes
where
up.
I'm at.
It only goes up.
It only goes up. You can only go up from here.
I mean, I'm okay. Like, I feel like I'm going to put all my energy into my competition next week, not this game right now. I'm going to prioritize. I'm gonna manage my energy.
She's like, I'm good
And
with
I like
third.
the spot I'm at. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
And that ends this week's.
They are good scores. They are good scores.
But that's the thing, though. When we do have guests who do come back, we give them the option if they want to redeem themselves or not. I mean, we could have done the dollar store version to make it a little harder.
That is way harder. I got
harder.
that to practice, and it was not great.
It's a different game.
It's
in
like
a lot of ways.
they're curved.
Here, let's show Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember we were talking about these last
I got
time.
it for Hazel after I was here.
The same as the other ones, though.
Here's the
But look,
original.
compare the monkeys. Compare like the shape of one monkey to the
Yeah.
other. It's
It's like these weird curved hands, and you can't hook it proper.
yeah.
So that's the original.
Okay, this is original monkey.
And then the blue
And this
guys
is the dollar
new
store
style
monkey.
And it's like
So
flat.
you see how there's
hands.
Oh, yeah.
flat,
They're
not
not as sharp.
curved.
Yeah.
So you could see this
and
as
they're
a
kind
really
of
sharp
they're also
one.
kind of angled, so it's like it's
Right.
just very different. It's just a different type thing.
It's impossible.
So
We'll
Tricky.
just have them back for
the big championship day.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
we're gonna do
so
that.
ready.
Would I make it to championship?
Yeah.
I feel
Everyone's
like everybody's
coming
kind of in.
Okay, cool.
I think anybody
that was
who
my
wants
first
to come
time
back
ever
will
doing
be in
it, so
Yeah. So you'll have time to train and all that stuff.
We really need to figure that out soon, don't we?
I mean, yeah, at some point we should probably.
We should do
come up
like
with it.
episode 230 should be it.
Oh my gosh.
Because then it's like a 10.
So 8 weeks from now.
That's too much. 250.
should we just add like Jenna and myself to like the regular host list here? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm down.
Just kidding.
It's a good time. All right. Well, before we wrap up, then, why don't you guys tell us, plug your social media where people can follow you, your pageant journeys, and all the other things that are happening.
Yeah, sure. You could follow me at Angel Bhathal on Instagram, or you could also follow the pageant at Miss Pan American International.
And if people are interested in pageant coaching, you can plug that in
Yes,
too.
I'm also pageant coach. I've coached both Jenna and Regine, and you can follow me at Pageant Coach International.
There you go.
And mine is very easy. It's just Jenna-Marie.Donnelly. But if you do want to follow the pageant, it's Canada United World.
There you go.
Wonderful. And Regine,
Yes.
where can people find you?
You all can find me on my YouTube channel for The Pageant Sit Down, where we interview pageant hopefuls, pageant fans, pageant everyone, anyone who likes pageants, every other week. So make sure you check it out. We are going live this week, so stay tuned to who our guest is. Link is in the description. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, it's Regine Alaina. It's Regine Alaina.
I know. I was like, which
Hang
one?
on. It's Regine Alaina. Scott. Bye. No, kidding. Where can people find you?
You can find me right here, where you're watching this very video. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. It's the best place to subscribe. You get the sit down. You get the gaming.
Get the brawlhalla like
the
Obey
brawlhalla.
asked for.
Yeah. You get the music. You get the what else? Comedy sketches. You get
You
the
get
YouTube
his
shorts.
exactly his honesty with everything he watches.
Yeah. We've been talking a lot about Disney, and it just always falls to the live actions.
Yep.
Anyways, you get me talking about that. YouTube.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. But those are, or on TikTok, Scott Dion Brown Official. But all of those are satellites for the YouTube channel. YouTube is the best place. And please also follow the show.
Yeah.
The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok. The Sit Down with SDB on Instagram. Sit Down Scott on Twitter. And the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown on Facebook. If you've enjoyed this episode, boop that like button.
Yes, and thank you all for tuning in. Jenna and Angel, thank you for spending my birthday special with me and decorating the studio. It's never looked so festive. And thanks for the cake, Scott.
Welcome.
And also thank you for leaving last week so that I had a day off on my birthday.
That was the plan, Regine.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate I got to sleep in a little bit. It was nice.
Oh, yeah.
And the Leafs won, so thanks again.
And the Leafs won.
Oh my god.
I know. It's nice. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having
Thanks for having us. Happy birthday, Regine.
Thank you.
So the way we like to close the shows out, grab your mugs, and you guys can say.
Where's your mug?
Where's your mug?
It's way over there. Let's take one of these ones with people in it.
Scully. Okay.
Really
So yeah,
funny.
you guys can say your goodbyes to them, and then you can sort of cheers towards the camera.
Okay.
And so they can cheers
everybody,
each other
Thank
at
you
this
guys
point.
for tuning in. Thank you, and you guys close out the show.
Cheers me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hold it there. Hey.